now is the man himself, Indiana Governor Mike Braun. Governor, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back on the show, and it's great to be back in Indiana.
Well, look, you are taking a page out of President Trump's book. This is your third week in office, and you've done so much. Your State of State address is tomorrow. What is the state of your state?
So we're lucky in that we're a state that's been run pretty well. You go back 20 years ago, it was a state that was kind of purple, red politically, in the red financially. A guy named Mitch Daniels came along to do some fix-up, and we've had pretty good stewardship. But all governments, Maria, local and state, much more run like a business than the place I've just come from. They can, over time, have things creep into the system that makes it more difficult to do business. Great place to raise a family. Thank goodness Indiana is one that's been in pretty good shape. I'm sprucing it up a bit and got entrepreneurial cabinet members. I reorganized state government at the executive level. It was sprawling on its organizational chart into 8 cabinet positions on the policy side of it, and it's working already. So we're getting all kinds of ideas from legislators. We're asking the folks that work in the agencies, tell us what needs to improve, just like I did in running a business for 37 years, and I can already see it working.
Well, look, when you're a business person and run things as a business, you prioritize growth. And that is what President Trump is doing. He's prioritizing growth. I want to share with you a press release that Chevron is just putting out. Chevron is announcing that Engine Number One and Chevron are announcing the formation of a new company to develop scalable, reliable power solutions in the United States-based data centers running on U.S. natural gas. Now, your state is an energy state. The president has talked about this need for more data centers. That's why he's gotten this massive commitment of $500 billion for his Stargate project to build the AI infrastructure and the data centers. Tell us your thoughts about the need for energy and how you can actually tap into that in Indiana.
Here's where the experience in the Senate for 6 years, where I got involved in that whole discussion to see what that leading edge was. And up until 2 years ago, we didn't hear much about data centers, chip factories, battery factories. And just to put it in perspective, Indiana currently produces 20 gigs of electricity for all of the current uses. Each one of these facilities uses 1 gig. That's an unbelievable increase in demand on a system that's been pretty lethargic in terms of the need of more of it. So whatever governor, whatever state gets the right mix of, say, small modular reactors, hydrogen, stretches out your fossil fuel facilities, maybe now close down your coal units before you got something else that's going to be base load. They're going to be on the leading edge of getting these new businesses. Right now, every state's in a race for it, not to mention water is a big deal. And then there are only about 10 to maybe 15 states that have the water resources to go along with the increased demand on electricity. I look forward to leading the pack, maybe getting a consortium of local states to get on the edge of these new technologies for baseload.
This is a very good point, and I see the need and I see the opportunity here. By the way, we also need more electricians in the country. I was told last week when I was in Davos interviewing various people that we don't have enough electricians. We need more electricity. We need more electricians as well. But look, Governor, separately, you've signed a number of executive orders focused on bringing down the cost of health care for Indiana residents. How will you do it, given the fact that there's so much mandatory spending and so much waste within the health care infrastructure, a lot of middlemen? How do you cut cost out?
Maria, the healthcare industry is like an unregulated utility. They say they're free enterprise. They don't embrace competition. They give the consumer no transparency. You've got a big administrative component to it, insurance companies. Insurance was designed to indemnify you against some significant risk. It's been it's evolved into something
Yeah.
that costs so much. Indiana has some of the highest healthcare costs with some of the poorest outcomes. I'm asking the industry to help me reform itself before their business partner becomes Bernie Sanders. So
that's a great
we've
point.
got to take it on and get them to embrace what all the rest of us do in our own business niches.
Yeah.
We have competition. We got to tell the customer what we're going to charge them before they actually buy the service or the product.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to lead on that because I fixed it in my own business 17 years ago, where it was consumer driven, based on wellness and prevention and not expensive remediation. It can work. We cut costs by nearly 50% then.
Very good, sir. I'll be watching that for sure. Real quick, we only have a couple of seconds here. Your AG, Todd Rokita, filing a lawsuit against the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Department for refusing to cooperate with federal immigration authorities. It says the department is refusing to properly notify ICE about the release of illegal migrants and won't honor ICE detainers. What's going on there in Indiana? Are you in step with President Trump's efforts here to get the criminals out of America?
100%. And you're going to see an executive order that I'm going to put out around 1 o'clock today that dovetails with what the Trump administration is doing. In our state, like many, have pockets of where they're dragging their feet, making it difficult. South Bend, St. Joe County is one of about 5 of them. So, again, for us, that's the exception rather than the rule. But we're going to get them to comply as well because we need to.
Fantastic. Governor, good to talk with you. We'll be watching your work, sir. We appreciate it. Mike Braun,
Thank you.
This morning.